Miles, what was your reasoning? Some of the top reasons why you came to Tennessee?
Man, whenever I took my visit, Coach Hype, Coach Hosley, Coach Abe's, I just got that family feeling, and how I was going to be treated here and taken care of. Man, everybody, O-line, wide receiver coach, just everyone's so inviting and so genuine. I'd say that's the best word to put it, is just genuine. And so, yeah, it was. I feel like it was a great fit for me, and the coaches were just amazing. So.
Miles, when you look at your background, it seemed maybe you were a blocking tight end. Coach Abe said, "No, this guy can catch." We knew he could catch when he got here. Were you ever eager to show your abilities as a receiver over the past few years?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, as a bigger person, some coaches might think he's a blocking tight end, but as a tight end, I mean, everyone can advocate for this. Like, we love getting out in a route and being able to show our ability and be able to show how fluid we are in routes and stuff like that. So I'm just grateful that they're allowing me to, show that I have that skill. So yeah.
Just what were your impressions of Tennessee on the other side of the rivalry over at Alabama?
To be honest with you, from Kansas, grew up watching the Big 12. So, the rivalry also obviously being at Alabama, very competitive still and all that kind of stuff, but I never took it to that next level. So, I mean, I'm just so grateful to be here. And, yeah, the rivalry is what it is. I went out there and competed, but, growing up as a Big 12, the rivalry didn't really mean as much to me. But it was amazing to be a part of that.
Miles, following up on that, I assume you were at Neyland a couple years ago when Tennessee beat Alabama. Did that introduce you to what the rivalry? Did you kind of sense it was a big deal on that night?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, the best game I've ever been a part of. Obviously, the outcome at the time for me or from where I was at isn't what we wanted. But I got to see what the SEC was like. I got to see what the Bama-Tennessee rivalry was, going back years and years and years. And I got to see how serious people take it. So, yeah, no, just welcoming into the SEC and seeing that rivalry, I've never seen anything like it. So.
If I recall correctly, the way things went coming out of JUCO, you got the Bama offer and it kind of came together quickly, right? But I think Tennessee had been one of the schools showing interest in you. Is that right? And
Yes, sir.
So did you have an idea that they might reach out to you again when you went back in the portal this offseason?
Alex Goulash was the one that contacted me at Hutch. Obviously, Jacob Warren was here at the time. And so he was kind of like, hey, we got an older guy. We don't know if he's going to leave or not. So, he told me to go back to Hutch in the fall, and then he'll be back to try to come get me. So it wasn't ever really like a for sure thing. And obviously, Alex is now gone. And so I did have a Hutch coach here, Cody Cook. And I know that he believed in me, knew the player I was. And so after entering the portal, I was hoping Coach Cook was going to reach out to me and bring me here. And he did, and I can't thank God enough for it.
How would you describe Coach Ablin as a coach?
Coach Abe's is obviously is a wonderful coach, and he's a great coach, super smart when it comes to run fits. He knows it like the back of his hand. When it comes to the run, when it comes to the pass, he's great. But I think what's more important, especially as a player, is I view Coach Abe's not only as a coach but more as a mentor and a father figure. And whenever we're here, us athletes are here all the time, 24/7. Like, that relationship with your position coach is everything. And whenever Coach Abe's is not only a great coach whenever it comes to X's and O's, but whenever I can look up to him and reach out to him whenever I'm struggling, mentally or physically or whatever it is, and he can be there, as a father figure to me. Like, that's everything. So Coach Abe's is amazing.
You took a sort of a different path to tight end, I guess, from some players. I guess could you just talk about your background and how you feel like your skill set? I mean, did you always kind of think tight end was a position you could play, or how did it kind of come to that?
Yeah, so high school, played a little bit of tight end my sophomore year. Senior year coming back, played left tackle, did what I had to do for the team. Always knew I had ball skills. First love was basketball, so I had that hand-eye coordination, and I always wanted to go out there and show coaches that I could play tight end. Had a couple offers coming out of high school to go play defensive end and left tackle, and Hutch was actually the only school that reached out to me and said, hey, we want you to come play tight end. And my dad and uncle actually convinced me to take it, and now I'm here, and I can't be more blessed. So.
What's been the most challenging part of this transition for you here to this offense?
As far as coming here and like fitting into the offense, oh man, I would say how wide we play. Obviously, everybody knows that, how wide and how fast we play. Just getting into that transition to that feel. But it's great. I mean, the coaches are great, bringing me in and just, helping me out with everything. And I think now, like halfway through spring ball, I got a really good feel for it. So I'm just excited to see what the fall brings.
Miles, you were the second tight end that Tennessee brought in from the portal. Obviously, Holden came in a little bit before you. What are your thoughts on him as a player and how you and him and even Ethan Davis can kind of complement each other at that position?
Yeah, man, we got three. Well, all of us can play. Me, Ethan, and Holden all kind of complement off of each other. And I think the biggest thing is just going out day in, day out. Iron sharpens iron. Me, Holden, and Ethan are all very close. There's no beef there or anything with who's going to start, who's any of that. We're all just coming out, focusing one play at a time, trying to help each other out. Holden goes in for a play, he comes out, we coach each other up. I go in, I come out, we coach each other up. So I think right now the biggest thing is just helping each other improve day in, day out. So.
Tell us about Nico Yamaliava as a teammate so far.
Yeah, Nico, first day on campus, I kind of walk in. I know him. I've known of him. I know what kind of player he is coming in on campus. Don't really know how he's going to treat me as an outsider. And first day just comes up, introduces himself, and was like, hey, man, I can't wait to get to work with you. Asked me about my personal life. Like, we just get to know each other right off the bat. And I think that's the biggest thing whenever it comes to a quarterback tight end connection is just knowing that you can trust that person, knowing who he is, where he's come from, and all that kind of stuff just builds on top of each other. So Nico's great. He's a great guy and a phenomenal player. Thank you, guys.